Hey everybody, it's Aidan here from Everyday Tech. So we're just going to do a quick overview of the OnePlus 6T. You've probably seen a lot of videos, you probably know a lot about it already, but there's just one or two things I just wanted to go over with you and my thoughts on the handset overall. So let's take a look. Okay, so a couple of weeks ago I got myself a OnePlus 6T. I've still kept my OnePlus 2 because it's here. I'm videoing off it, and if I'm honest, as much as I do like this, it's not that great at making videos. The quality is a little bit better, but when I tried to make a video on the OnePlus 6T, the blue light that's down here, for example, kept flickering, and there might be some sort of settings I can change, the frame rate or whatever to make it change. But the point is, just the basic settings on my OnePlus 2 here, and I'm ready to go. Plus, I haven't quite figured out how to attach the mic, because I've been looking and apparently you say yes, you can attach this to one of these, but I have yet to get actually audio into it. I've tried using the camera, I've tried using open camera, which is what I use to make these videos, and I've also tried doing it in different ways. So like people say, plug this in, then plug this in, then plug your mic in, and there's a way to it, but it is a bit of a downer. But it's not the end of the world, because like I say, I'll still use my OnePlus T until I can afford to get a DSLR. The actual phone itself, it comes with a case. It's a nice enough case. It's just raised over the edge, so if you do have it face down, it is quite protected. The only downside is it is a very clear case, and you can just see the label on the back. I don't like that. You know, I think if they're gonna have to put the label on the back, then they should sell it with solid coloured cases, whether it be red for OnePlus or just a solid black. But a clear case, when you can see this label, it does not look good. So what's the point of it then if I have to go out and buy another case? Well, it does a job. It's in my pocket most of the time, and it's not the end of the world. But yeah, you obviously know that the phone itself, you know the specs, you know what it's like. The battery life on this is absolutely fantastic. At the most, I'm using 40% in a day, and that's with general use, and no, general use is different for everybody. But it's in and out my pocket all day. I'm on Google Maps. I checking on my YouTube channel, and I do all the bits and bobs, check like Instagram and Twitter and things like that. And I'm using anything between 20 and 40%, which is absolutely fantastic. And because of that, I don't have to now leave it like you would a normal phone on charge overnight for like 10 hours, 8 hours, 9 hours, however long. I can just stick it on charge for 15-20 minutes before I go to work, and I've got enough power for the day. So it's probably actually saving me money on my electricity bills. But a couple of cool features on this phone that you may not know about is it's got a gaming mode, which is absolutely fantastic. So when you download a game, it'll give you the option to turn on gaming mode, and what that will do is, I think it turns off or deactivates or limits other apps running at the time, and it optimizes the GPU, the CPU and the RAM on the phone to make very demanding games run much smoother. And I've used a few demanding games on this, and it runs perfectly without a fault. So I think it's something that's absolutely a great feature on the phone. And when you do download games, if it doesn't come up with the gaming mode later on, you can actually go into your settings, or, well, I'll show you. So if you go into, so if you pull down and you can go to gaming mode, down here you can say automatically turn on gaming mode for, and you can have a game listed, and you can add more games as you go along. So when you activate those games, it'll automatically optimize the GPU, CPU and RAM, which I think, you know, is a really good well, it's just a really, I don't want to say gimmick, it's just a really good feature. Another really cool feature is when you're going through your settings and you go across, you've got reading mode. So when you press reading mode, it changes the color of your screen, can you see? So it changes to a gray, like you would have on a Kindle. So basically, if you're in bed at night, or it's low light, or if you just enjoy reading, it'll give you a much better experience. And it filters out the, well, they call it the harmful blue light that can keep you awake, cause migraines, and it'll just keep it grey. And you can turn it off and turn it on. So I've just turned it back on. And if you select that, you have the same option like you did in the gaming mode. You can add applications. So for example, if you download the Kindle app, you can set it so that you can add the app to the the reading mode. So when you open the Kindle app, it'll automatically go to reading mode. So you don't have to activate it every time you go onto the app. You don't have to go down and activate it. It'll automatically do it. And I think that is another great feature. The phone itself, I have found to be really responsive. I'm having to get used to the gesture controls. It doesn't always want to do things for me first time, but on the whole, I am very happy. I think the thing that I'm most impressed about is the battery life, if I'm honest. The screen is beautiful. It's not too heavy. It's a good hand size. Yeah, the in-screen fingerprint reader, it's slightly slower than the traditional rear or bottom screen fingerprint reader, but it's not bad at all. It's not a deal breaker. It does work. So if I try and do it with another hand, it does not work. I do it with my correct hand, it works. The face unlock is pretty good. When I try and use it, it unlocks pretty much straight away. So, oh yeah, brilliant. Another cool thing is, and it's one thing I didn't realize until I got the phone, is every time that somebody was testing the fingerprint reader, they were always having to wake the phone. So you have to wake it and then do it. And I thought, God, that's a bit of a ball ache if I have to wake the phone, then put my fingerprint on it. But when you pick up the phone, the screen automatically awakens itself. So then you can just use the fingerprint reader there. But yeah, it's a great phone. It's a great price. I got mine through Amazon because it allows you, in the UK anyway, to buy the phone in installments. Because I'm on a SIM-only deal, it's the cheapest way for me to do it. It's the best deal for most people, but most people don't have the money to spend £530 on a OnePlus 6T. And what Amazon do is they allow you to pay in installments. I think it's like £105 and something pence over 5 months. There is no credit check and there is no contract to sign. They just take the payments out from your debit card each month until the phone is paid, which again is great, especially if you've got a poor credit rating or you just can't afford to buy one outright at the moment. And it's a great way to do it anyway, if I'm honest, because why would you pay for something outright when you can pay for something in installments interest-free and keep the money in your account? But yeah, I just think it's something to consider. It's a good thing that Amazon do. So can I recommend this phone? Yes. It's a brilliant phone. It's great for everybody. I can't think of really anything bad. I will say something though. When I did get, let me find it. It is here. When I did get my OnePlus 6T, I don't know if you can see it, the box was dirty and it was opened. I mean, there was dirty finger marks all over it. The phone looked new, but little things like, the word from the OnePlus CEO, this was like this. I've not touched it. This was like this if somebody's opened it. And the charging cable itself was kind of screwed up and put in there. It wasn't wrapped neatly or anything like that. And when I contacted Amazon, they were just like, send it back, we'll send you a new one, which is great customer service. But you know, you wait to get this phone and all they want to do is just send you a new one, I just wanted confirmation that the phone is new, because when you get one that's opened, things have been read, cables stuffed in, and the box is dirty, it does make you question certain things. But it's not the end of the world. Like I say, the phone seems new, so I'm generally happy. And I can't complain at Amazon if I'm honest, because they did offer a new unit. I just said, well, as long as you can guarantee that this is a new unit, then I'll be happy with it. Box aside, it's just a box. But yeah. So I shall leave you with this. Would you have a OnePlus 6T? If not, what phone would you have for the same money or less? I know you can get better phones for more money. I just don't think it's necessary. What would you have? Comment below. If you've enjoyed this video, please like it. If you really like it, please subscribe, and I shall see you soon.